Hey guys, welcome back to this edition of Easy Street Garage. We are here in studio number 2 to talk about a very, very special announcement from Ford. Hey guys, welcome back to this edition of Easy Street Garage. We are here in studio number 2 to talk about a very, very special announcement from Ford Motor Company, and I want to thank those at Ford for sending me and including me in the press release on the Mach 1. Let's get right to it, guys. Here's the deal, all right? So Ford has decided to release the Mach 1, and the Mach 1 is quite interesting. I got to be honest with you. My first reaction to this this build-up, the press release, and all the way back to some of the early press, if you would, leaks on the Mach 1 that was coming around. Well, you know what? Quite frankly, it's been 17 years since we last saw the Mach 1. And in fact, even more, I mean, it's been since 1969. The Mach 1 was released back in the day. Mach 1, remember back in the day when we first hit that sound barrier, it made great sense for Ford to release this epic car to the market, and it was. However, after looking at some of the earlier releases, if you would, the leaks, I looked at this thing and I thought, wait a minute, man, this is not a Mach 1. Where's the hood scoop? It's not, it doesn't have a hood scoop. So I'm going to really hit it hard on that note right there, and then I'm going to leave that behind. So the Mach 1 does not have, number one, a that shaker scoop, that iconic shaker scoop that we all know the 69 Mach 1 for, and in fact the 03 Mach 1 17 years ago. Thankfully that was done, but this release has only a vinyl stripe. And you guys know me, I'm anti-vinyl. I had vinyl back in high school, okay? Gone. Either paint or no stripe. So here's the deal. The car doesn't have not even a faux hood scoop. I'm hitting it hard on that, guys, but I'm going to leave it behind because I'm going to talk about some things that the Mach 1 does have. Now, I will admit, I'll submit to you that a lot of what the Mach 1 has are parts leftovers, okay? I'm in manufacturing. I get it. I know all about the element of cost to production, to employees, and the rollout of this product line. However, my first reaction was, hey, this is the Bullet just rebadged. And to a large degree, it is the Bullet rebadged. However, it does have some neat stuff on it, and so I do want to give it some plug in the areas that I think it needs to have, okay? First of all, number one, it is only a 5.0 Coyote. Now, a lot of us were hoping for the 5.2. It's not. It's a 5.0 Coyote, and I'm really going to focus today in this video on the performance package because I think that's what you're going to want. Just pay up a little bit, get the performance package because it does have some cool stuff in it if you're a Mach 1 fan. My colleague Tony Alonso has already messaged me, hey, do we have an extra spot for my Mach 1? So he may have one coming. We'll see. Okay, so here's what we got, guys. We have a car, a Mustang Mach 1 with 480 horsepower, and that comes out at 420 pound-feet of torque. So, okay, it's not shabby. It does okay. Basically what it is, in my opinion, is it is the Bullet engine. It's got the 350 intake on it. It's got some other cool stuff in it. Boosted up to 480 horsepower, about where the Bullet came out in. So that's what we've got in that scenario. So outside of that, you basically have you do have the option in the performance pack for this Tremec 3160 transmission. Thank you, Ford, for putting that Tremec into this Mach 1 package. We all know the Tremec transmission. Those of us that have them and have experience on the track with them, that thing's smooth shifting and trouble-free. I love that. I love that transmission. And that Tremec 6-speed will also have the ability that this does not have for rev match. Now you can bypass the rev match on it. You can disable it, but it's enabled out of the box, and so you do have that feature, and that's really, really cool. It also has in the performance package the transcooler. Transcooler is going to be, something that you need on a performance track car like this. And I do want to mention that this is basically a performance track car. Okay, so with that said, you also have the optional 10-speed automatic, okay? However, this is not available in the handling package. So you got to go back to the stock package, the out-of-box package if you want the 10-speed automatic. But it's there. You get it. At least you get a choice. All right, let's talk about, back on the performance package, let's talk a little bit about what you get with the standard versus the performance package wheel, okay? So, same as the Bullet, this thing has basically the same rotors, the same calipers that the Bullet had. The wheels on the standard package basically are a 19 by 9.5 up front, and they're a 19 by 10 in the back. That's respectable. However, the performance package, she gets 19 by 10.5 up front and 19 by 11 in the back. So pretty cool there. You get a little bit of meat on the ground, and that performance package includes the Pilot Sport or Super Sport Cup 2s, just like in the performance package on the standard Mustang. So cool offering there. Again, this thing has a couple different color options that I think really roll out well with the Mach 1. And the first that really caught my eye was that jet gray, right? So it's fitting for that product. If you remember back in the day, the Mach 1, of course, was the speed of sound. It was, setting all of these really cool land speed record things going on back in the day, way before my time. Anyway, this car is going to be special in that jet gray. That would be my choice. However, it is available in another special color, which is going to be grabber yellow, and then, of course, really my favorite, which has been all of my Mustangs, except for one. I had the triple yellow Roush 15 the very first year, and that was a cool car. I love that color. However, all the other Mustangs I've owned have always been white, and here you go. It's going to be available in Oxford white. Okay, so one note on the interior, I just want to bring this up, and that is the interior basically is that out-of-the-box standard bullet interior. It's got some accent striping in it based on the color. It has the standard Bullet shift knob in it, which is, I'm not downing it. It's really cool. However, it's really a leftover from the Bullet product line as well. And also, I got to say, guys, that obviously the digital display on this car, like the Bullet, is really, really functional. It's awesome. I wish I had it in my GT350 as opposed to just the analog stuff. Really cool car as it relates to the interior. I always and still do love what Ford Mustang has done. Guys, what you've done with the design of that interior is amazing. Okay, now a couple key elements I want to talk about on this car is the waterline of the car. Now when I refer to the waterline of the car, when you look at the GT350, when you look at the GT500, this line right here at the front bumper all the way to the back, that is what we designers would consider the waterline of the car. Now, what the Mustang Mach 1 has done is created, in my opinion, a really, really good looking waterline on this. Number one, you have a stripe package for the Mach 1 down the side with the badging on the front fenders. However, the other thing that they've done is they've opened up this front end on the Mach 1 to take in quite a bit of cold air and downforce from the road. It really, really opens up. It looks good. We'll show you some pics of that. You've already seen them. However, the front splitter on the performance package really brings that front end out, and I think that absolutely looks amazing. Great job there. I have a bit of a concern over these Mach 1, if you would, I call them ringlets that are available on the front grille. The question is, and none of this is in my press release, however, are those, or do you have the capability of removing those center hubs in there and then getting more air back to the motor? If you don't, from the factory, I guarantee you everybody that buys one of these to be track purposed will be removing those center rings to get more air into that motor, and also for the look, okay? But I do like the way it looks. It looks pretty sharp. So you got a little bit more downforce on it. And then, of course, the track package or the performance package comes standard with the GT 500 wing and the gurney flap, okay? So we all remember back in the day, Dan Gurney made that little gurney flap really infamous in road course racing, where it adds just enough little bit of downforce by just adding 1 inch or even less than 1 inch of a flap to that spoiler in the back, so you get a little bit more downforce and without creating a whole lot of turbulence and resistance at the back end of the car. So really, really good touch there. That comes on the performance package, just like on the GT 500 rear wing. The other thing too is that the whole idea of this car was really kind of to bring that ambiance, the reminiscences of the Mach 1 back, if I could make that word up. So I think it's a really cool car. Now I'm going to go back into the negative element of this car, and that is, why did we not at least put a faux hood scoop? And I'm sure all you aftermarket guys out there, MMDs and all the other ones, through CJ Ponies and of course American Muscle, you guys are going to have something in short order for this car. I guarantee it. Now, with all that said, Easy Street Garage is really pleased to have been included in this press release, and so we're looking forward to now also receiving our press car, which we're promised one. So we'll get a car, we'll do a little bit of road testing and a review on the vehicle, and so that's coming up soon. Hey, listen, also, by the way, this Thursday, tomorrow, in fact, we're going to be at Killcare Racetrack, or Speedway, if you would, because we're going to do a little bit of test and tune on one of our friends' land speed record cars, which is going to be going out to Alabama here in the next week or so to set some more track records. So I'm going to capture that also on video. So we'll have a little bit of test and tune coming this weekend in video to you with the land speed record car, and you're going to enjoy that. So stay tuned for that, and make sure you toggle the bell so you get notification of when that video is going to come out. Just remember, guys, Easy Street Garage here, we're all about Mustangs, really, but we also love all vehicles, anything that has to do with motorsports, and we capture it here on Easy Street Garage. You could be assured of that. And also, just remember that we're a house of enthusiasts. We have authors here and aficionados. So, folks, Tune in to Easy Street Garage for our future episodes and look at some of our past episodes. We have a lot of good content in here. We also do a lot of work on these cars, so you pick up some advice, some tips as well. So don't forget, guys, we're the originals here at Easy Street Garage for some really good advice. And we're going to start getting in now to some of these press releases, and we're going to start doing some car reviews so that you can get a better idea of what's coming out here in the future. So again, thanks for including us into this press package, and we're going to hopefully be getting a car soon. And again, I'm not really killing this thing, guys. I actually at first thought maybe Ford was just rolling out some extra parts from the GT350 that is soon to go away, and then also looking at you know, backfilling their production with some leftover components from the Bullet. I think they've done that. However, they've added some really cool touches into this thing. So you guys that are track oriented are going to want to get your hands on one of these Mach 1s. So with that said, I want to thank you for tuning in to this edition of Easy Street Garage, guys, and keep in mind that you can find the facts here. Tune in, hit the bell, give us a thumbs up. This is Easy Street Garage, and until tomorrow night.